Now on CoastTV News.
A chilly start to the day here along the coast. I'll be forecast to help you get out the door. Coming up in just a moment.
Eclipse Extravaganza, the big event just hours away. We have some viewing suggestions on Delmarva as people across the U.S. get ready for this unique occurrence. Marshland measures, proposals for changes to Lewis's wetland buffer policy could move forward today. Container clearance, the progress being made at the Port of Baltimore and the expectations for a full reopening set by Maryland's governor.
This is CoastTV News Today.
It is Monday, April 8th, 2024. Good morning. I'm Matt Pensick. Paige Marley is off today, and thank you for being up with us during this 5 o'clock hour. First Alert meteorologist Alex Seymour joins us now with a look at First Alert weather. Good morning, Alex, and it is a big day as we await that solar eclipse.
It certainly is a pretty big day as we await the solar eclipse this afternoon. Peaks are right around 3:20 this afternoon. Right now, forecast is looking pretty good. We're going to see plenty of sunshine out there. It's actually going to be pretty warm today once we get past those chilly temps that we're seeing this morning. Right now, as I take a live look out on our Gateway Subaru camera at the Commander Hotel, skies are clear. Temps sitting right around 47 degrees in Ocean City, but many areas much cooler than that, especially inland, where we're down into the 30s this morning. We're currently sitting at 39 in Georgetown. It's 39 in Milton, 41 in Lewis, 44 degrees in Rehoboth Beach. Ocean Pines, you're down at 36 degrees. So grab a jacket as you're heading out the door this morning. You won't need it all day, though. Winds pretty light. They're going to remain light all day. Skies mostly clear. For the most part, the sky should remain mainly clear. There are some more clouds off to our west, but widely scattered, and that's all we're going to see today. So our bus stop forecast for this morning, as the kids are heading out the door, 37 degrees. Grab a jacket. As they're heading home, that's when that solar eclipse is happening. We're looking at mostly sunny skies. Temps, take a look at that, up to 65 degrees today. So beautiful weather for viewing that eclipse this afternoon.
Thank you, Alex. And as Alex just mentioned, today's the big day. The solar eclipse will cross our skies later this afternoon. There's a viewing party at the Milford Public Library from 2 to 4 this afternoon. And it is suggested that our beaches will also provide a good view. Elsewhere in the nation, in Terre Haute, Indiana, 25,000 to 60,000 visitors are expected. Boston is another area that is not really in the path of totality, but the moon is expected to cover about 92% of the sun at the height of the eclipse. Whether the eclipse is being viewed in the path of totality or not, experts are warning people not to stare directly at the sun without proper eye protection like you're seeing there. This does bring us to our Coast TV poll. What excites you most about the eclipse? So far, 55% are voting in with the visual spectacle of it all. And then we have a distribution of the science behind it, social experience, and the historical significance. If you haven't voted yet, you can still do so at coasttv.com or our mobile app. A big step forward in the Key Bridge recovery efforts in Baltimore. Unified Command said on Sunday crews began to remove containers on board the Dolly. That's the ship that struck the bridge and it caused a collapse that killed 6 people. Unified Command says removing the containers should take a few days, and once the Dolly is lighter, crews say it will be able to eventually be moving that ship, helping clear the channel. Now, Maryland Governor Wes Moore says fully reopening the channel leading to the Baltimore port by the end of May is realistic.
It's going to take something that's going to be a 24/7 operation, which has been
full functioning.
To have full functioning, and that means being able to not just continue the maritime operations that we have, and also it's understanding how important that port is, not just to Baltimore, but to the entire country.
Governor Moore says right now the port does have truck and rail operations, just not maritime ones yet. New this morning, an update on the repairs expected at Trap Pond State Park. According to the park, the needed spillway work, that is still on hold. The park says that last week's rain impacted the water levels at the park. Currently, the park is about 2.5 feet below normal water levels, and according to the park, there is not a start date for those repairs. New this morning, important news of those in need of Social Security services. The office previously located in Lewis will be getting a new home. According to the Georgetown Chamber of Commerce, that Social Security office will move to 17 Georgetown Plaza. The Chamber also says that right now services for the Lewis office are by appointment only, and this will continue until April 12th at 4 p.m. Happening today, changes to the wetland buffer policy in Lewis could take a significant step forward. Lewis's environmental subcommittee is in position to finalize recommendations to City Council. Key items under review include expanding the current wetland ordinance beyond subdivisions in the city, a proposed buffer width for tidal wetlands 80 to 100 feet and 50 feet for non-tidal, also allowing for walking trails to be built inside the wetlands buffer. Any recommendations must get final approval from City Council. Lewis has been trying to add affordable housing, specifically accessory dwelling units, or ADUs. And happening today, the city will discuss draft legislation regarding tiny homes. According to the city's agenda, officials will talk about how many of these homes in the city can be built and how much they will cost rent-wise. Officials will also talk about how the homes would fit into Lewis, both size-wise and design-wise. This is all happening today at 2 p.m. An update on plans to improve the parking in Rehoboth Beach. Today, the engineering firm, the Rossi Group, will outline what they learned from their traffic and transportation study. The study aims to address traffic safety, congestion, and parking issues. More of the midterm and long-term goals will also be presented. This includes a biking and safety campaign, road signage, a digital parking permit system, and even the feasibility study for a parking garage. Also, Mayor Stan Mills and the commissioners will take a look at a number of the city's fees. These fees cover business license, court costs, permits, and more. Some city officials say they want to review the fees because they haven't looked at them for a long time. They want to see if they need to be adjusted and perhaps increased. Selbyville looking at an ordinance to amend its rental tax. The town could impose a 2% gross receipts tax on all rental income for private and public lodging. This would include places like bed and breakfast inns, cabins, apartments, or any commercial buildings which rent or lease space. All this expected to be discussed at Monday night's town council meeting. On Sunday, the college career for our Iowa's Caitlin Clark came to an end in the NCAA Women's Basketball Championship game. South Carolina defeated the Hawkeyes 87-75. It capped a perfect season for the Gamecocks, who won all 38 games they played. In the game, Clark did have a game-high 30 points in the losing effort for the Hawkeyes, and we will hear from Clark and the winning Gamecocks later on CoastTV News Today. The U.S. is ready to defend its assets if Iran attacks them. That's the latest message out of Washington. They believe Iran could attack U.S. or Israeli targets in the Middle East as early as this week. Iran is angry about Israel's strike on its consulates in Syria last week, and as Amy Kiley shows us, the Iranian response, it could start a regional war.
We're very concerned about a pending Iranian attack somewhere.
The U.S. will defend itself if Iran attacks an American target. That warning yesterday is from Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer. He says the U.S. is prepared
to defend any attack and respond swiftly if necessary.
U.S. officials predict a significant Iranian attack on American or Israeli assets in the Middle East as early as this week.
I know the president and his team are working hard to prevent escalation.
The potential danger from Iran comes after an Israeli strike on its consulate in Syria last week. Now, the Israel Defense Forces say they're preparing to deal with Iran, quote, offensively and defensively.
It doesn't make sense to keep on fighting these arms while letting Iran itself get away from it.
The Biden administration says if Iran attacks Israel directly, it almost guarantees a regional conflict.
Syria and, to the same extent, Lebanon are both launching points for Iranian attacks against Israel.
Israel says it's moving into an offensive phase along its border with Lebanon. It's been exchanging fire with Iran-backed Hezbollah forces that are in that country.
Lebanese people do not want to see an expanded war because the last time Hezbollah and Israel went to war, it was really bad for the Lebanese people.
I'm Amy Kiley reporting.
We're just getting started on CoastTV News Today. Coming up, 6th Salisbury Marathon. Almost 1,000 runners sprinted to the finish over the weekend. The excitement from this growing event. Also, Eclipse Double Feature will tell you about the purpose of a launch at NASA's Wallops Island happening the same time as the eclipse. And Rehoboth Library deed request, why the library wants to change its agreement with the city. All that and more as CoastTV News Today continues.
Today at 4 on Coast Life, discover how toxins in our environment may be making you sick and how you can help detoxify your body. Then, small changes, big impacts. Learn strategies and recipes for a healthier lifestyle. Coast Life today at 4 on Coast TV.
Bright, Yellow dandelions, a clear signal that the time for prevention is now, for crabgrass and clover are soon to follow. Hillside Lawn Service has been making lawns around the Chesapeake healthier and weed-free for over 30 years. They don't mow it, they grow it. Hillside certified agronomists test your soil, apply exactly what it needs and nothing it doesn't. Their high-efficiency formulas help protect our waterways. Switch to Hillside now and get $25 off their annual maintenance program. Call Hillside Lawn Service for your free assessment. Discover why Gateway Subaru is Delmarva's destination dealership, earning our customers' trust and exceeding expectations. No matter where you live, experience the Gateway difference with our no-pressure sales approach and fair, honest pricing. Plus, Gateway has more in-stock Subaru inventory to choose from than other dealers have combined. Need service fast? Our quick service lane is always ready. No appointment needed. Gateway Subaru, just minutes from the beaches in the heart of Delmarva. Higher standards.
Transitioning your loved one home after a hospital or rehab stay can be overwhelming. Insurance will only pay for a limited time in a rehab facility. You might need transportation to appointments, coordination of medical equipment, and help keeping your loved one on track with home exercises. In-home care is the answer to coordinating everything. For healing faster in the home, Homewell Care Services offers compassionate, quality, in-home, short, or long-term care when you need it most.
To learn more about Homewell Care Services, visit delmarvaexperts.com.
Stay ahead of our ever-changing coastal climate with the Coast TV First Alert Weather Team. Our team is always at work to deliver the accurate forecasts you need. With us, the weather is more than a forecast. It's a part of life.
Well, it's a chilly start to the day, but at least we're seeing those clear skies as they take a look out the window this morning. Our satellite radar picture this morning, mainly clear skies across the region. There are some clouds off to our west, but widely scattered clouds, and that's all we're going to be dealing with today. So our UV index today, brought to you by, sponsored by Ocean City, Maryland, a UV index of 6. So make sure you're wearing that sunscreen today. Overall, beautiful day on the way. Plenty of sunshine, temperatures climbing up into the mid to upper 60s.
Happening today in Rehoboth Beach, the city will discuss an ongoing request from the library to modify deed restrictions. The library is asked to reconfigure its property on the avenue here to pave way for a large facility out of town and a smaller one in Rehoboth Beach. Also happening today in the nation's summer capital, the city says its famous water tower will be power washed. That'll start today. What that means, well, some parking spots in the lot will be closed off, as well as the Steve Elkins Way connection between the Convention Center and Baltimore Avenue. Path progress today in Bethany Beach. Plans to rebuild a bike and pedestrian pathway in town continues. According to town officials, day work on the path will be done today and Tuesday on Wellington Parkway. Today, Dewey Beach continuing its efforts to fight flooding. The town manager says new flood flaps will be installed on Reed Avenue. Lottery players, you might want to check your tickets. A $1 million lottery ticket was sold in Delaware. The big $1.3 billion jackpot, that winner got the ticket in Oregon. 6 other states had $1 million winnings, and if you want to check your numbers to see if you are a new millionaire before taxes, they are right on your screen if you take a look at the picture. But I'll make it also easy for you. We also have the numbers on CoastTV.com. Millennials are driving the housing market. A new National Association of Realtors report finds that millennials made up 38% of homebuyers in 2023. The data shows that nearly half of older millennials are buying homes worth up to $300,000 or more. However, younger millennials are proving to be more frugal, with about 3/4 of them purchasing homes for under that $350,000 price tag. The response you get from an artificial intelligence chatbot could vary based on how black a given name sounds. That's according to a new study from Stanford Law. Get this. Researchers found significant disparities with names associated with race from OpenAI and Google chatbots. Researchers say the findings suggest that stereotypical data on which the AI chatbots were trained influences their responses. Still ahead, a launch at NASA's Wallops Island the same time as the eclipse. Will tell you what scientists hope to learn from this launch.
Well, great weather on the way for the solar eclipse this afternoon. I'll break down the hour-by-hour forecast just after the break on Coast TV News Today.
Draper Media seeks a detail-oriented overnight operations technician. This crucial role involves monitoring and managing over-the-air and content, plus quality control. Successful candidates are proactive problem solvers with knowledge in broadcasting systems like Grass Valley Ignite and Sony ELC. This position requires night, early morning, and weekend shifts. Apply today at drapermediajobs.com. Draper Media is an equal opportunity employer.
It's always a beautiful day for learning at Shells. With our summer program that keeps your child physically and mentally active when they're out of school. Through captivating activities and insightful guest speakers, they will expand their knowledge in a fun and interactive way, including educational, hands-on field trips that'll keep your child entertained. Make every summer day memorable with Shells Early Learning Center. Register now and secure your spot in Shells summer program before the spots are gone. Shells, preparing our future generation.
Spring is here, signaling the perfect time to rejuvenate your lawn. Trust the knowledgeable staff at Johnson Seed and Feed to prepare your yard this season. Our lawn checklist, high-quality seasonal fertilizers, and premium grass seeds ensure a beautiful and healthy lawn throughout the summer. Unlike retail chains, we offer pure Eastern Shore grass seeds with no inert matter added. Don't miss out on our Dunbar, where you can craft your own spring arrangement. Be the envy of your neighborhood and enjoy your lawn with Johnson's Seed and Feed.
Enjoy some family time with America's pastime at the Delmarva Shorebirds. When you're here, everything inside is fair ball. Your favorite treats, craft beers, fireworks every Saturday, and the best giveaways. Tickets start at just $15 to see the O Stars of Tomorrow on Delmarva today. Save time. Buy tickets online at theshorebirds.com.
The UV Index Weather Report is sponsored by Ocean City Tourism. Somewhere to smile about.
Time is 5:18, and here is our look at Ocean City. We're waiting the sunrise there this morning, and Alex, we're awaiting the eclipse later in the afternoon. It appears being on the beach will be a good place to view it.
Yes, certainly. The beach is going to be a good place to view it, really anywhere on Delmarva, especially since we're going to see a pretty nice day overall, as temperatures are going to be much warmer than what we've seen for a pretty long while here along the coast. We're actually going to be climbing up into the mid to upper 60s this afternoon. It is a little bit chilly out there this morning, though. Right now, as I take a live look out on our Orsted camera in West Ocean City, skies are clear, temperatures sitting right around 47 degrees in West Ocean City. It's much chillier inland, where some locations are down into the 30s. But it is turning warmer, starting today and going through most of this week. We're talking about the 70s returning to the area this week. Also, with the warmer temps, we actually are going to be dealing with a bit of coastal flooding. We've got a new moon, plus we've got winds coming off the ocean out of the southeast, so that's pushing some water towards our coastline. We dealt with minor coastal flooding yesterday, minor coastal flooding this morning. We're going to be dealing with it again today, tomorrow, and again on Wednesday. Also, solar eclipse. That's the big story today. The peak right around 3:20 this afternoon. Right now, it looks like we're going to be looking at mostly sunny skies. Temperatures this morning, before we get to that solar eclipse, before we get to the warmth this afternoon, pretty chilly. You do want to grab a jacket as you're heading out the door, as temperatures sitting right around 44 degrees in Rehoboth Beach and Bethany Beach, 41 in Lewis, 39 in Milton, 39 in Georgetown. Delmar, you're down at about 35 degrees this morning. The winds, rather like 5 miles per hour less. Really not a concern. Skies are clear right now. As we take a wider view, though, we can see there are some clouds off to our north and west. Those will sneak into the area, but they're going to remain widely scattered. The rain, we don't have to be concerned with that. We're not going to deal with any wet weather. Just some widely scattered showers clouds, I should say, this afternoon. Not showers. Clouds this afternoon, but still. This is 2 o'clock, which is when the eclipse starts. It's about a 2-hour process, this whole solar eclipse is. It starts around 2 o'clock. We're not really looking at much in the way of cloud cover. Take a look at these temperatures. Well into the mid-60s. Ignore these temperatures at the beaches. The beach is even going to reach the mid to upper 50s to close to 60 degrees. Mainly clear skies. 3:30. The peak is 3:20, so this is 10 minutes after that peak. Mainly sunny skies. Temperatures well into the 60s still. Staying into the 60s through 4:30, which is when the eclipse comes to an end. And still, other than a few patchy areas of clouds, looking at mainly clear skies. Just make sure you have those solar eclipse glasses on. That's the only way to safely view the eclipse, or unless you have a different type of solar viewer. And then it gets into the 70s as we head towards Tuesday. Our Paul Davis Restoration and Home Remodeling 7-day forecast shows once we get past the 60s today, we're in the 70s Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then cooler weather returns Friday and Saturday following a cold front that brings some storms to the area on Thursday.
Thank you, Alex. Here's a cool local tie to the eclipse for you. NASA's Wallops Island near Chincoteague is launching 3 sounding rockets during the eclipse. NASA says they'll study how Earth's upper atmosphere is affected when sunlight dims over a portion of the planet for a short period of time. The sounding rockets will launch 45 minutes before, during, and 45 minutes after the peak local eclipse. And if you want to watch the eclipse safely but don't have glasses, you can head to CoastTV.com. Alex last week showed you how to make your own for viewing. We want to remind you that experts say it is dangerous to look directly at the eclipse without the proper eyewear. After one was rejected at the polls last month, the Cape Henlopen School District is working its way back to a second referendum. The board will vote Thursday on if it will hold a May referendum after voters shot down a tax increase last month. Now, last time the district proposed a tax rate increase of 55 cents per $100 of assessed property value that would go towards an indoor pool, new district office and transportation facility, and safety and security expenses. The district board will vote on a new referendum on Thursday. More to come this morning. 6th Salisbury Marathon will show you the huge turnout to this qualifier for the big Boston Marathon. Stay with us on Coast TV News today.
Rock Shop with Steve Mons. Weekday mornings, 6 till 10. Big 107.7.
Download the DSN app today. Driven by Preston Automotive Group.
Get ready for the ultimate outdoor experience. Join us for the DSN Outdoors Expo on Friday, April 19th from 4 to 8 and Saturday, April 20th from 10 to 4. Showcase your products or services to thousands of potential customers at the Delaware State Fairgrounds in Harrington. Increase your brand awareness and reach a large audience at the DSN Outdoors Expo. To apply as a vendor and for more information, visit WBOCEvents.com.
As a child, David Maple's home was destroyed by an electrical fire. Nearly 1 score later, Expert Wire was formed from scratch with the ambition to neutralize electrical hazards on Delmarva.
Our passion for providing sought-after electrical safety sparked from that event.
Expert Wire. Fast, reliable, guaranteed since 2003. Scheduled windows with pinpoint accuracy, or your appointment fee is absolutely free. Need electrical service? Call Expert Wire. Remember, leave the wiring to the experts and make it a powerful day.
A diagnosis of fibromyalgia or rheumatoid arthritis can leave you feeling helpless and wondering how to control the pain. Acupuncture is a holistic approach that releases endorphins, improves energy levels, and eases widespread body pain.
I suffered from RA and fibro pain for 11 years. Acupuncture has worked for me. I'm enjoying time with my grandchildren. My pain is manageable now. Delmarva Acupuncture has gave me my life back.
To learn more about how Delmarva Acupuncture can help with fibro and RA, visit delmarvaexperts.com.
Taking you back to the decade of neon colors, big hair, and of course, great music. Join me, April, every morning at 8 a.m. on 107.1 The Duck as I play some of your favorite tunes from back in the day. It's April's Awesome 80s, sponsored by Easton Auto Care and Denton Auto Care and Tire.
If you're looking for a new job or a career change, make note of this. There will be a job fair at the Sussex Central High School gym on April 17th. It will be open to Indian River School District students, families, and the community. And there'll be over 30 different businesses in attendance, and the fair will last from 6 to 8 p.m. Nearly 1,000 runners were in Salisbury this weekend for the 6th Salisbury Marathon. The course, it went along Riverside Drive near Salisbury University and the city park downtown. Began at 7 a.m. with a marathon, which is a qualifier for the Boston Marathon.
It was hard. I mean, I was barely moving by the end, but it's an awesome event and something I'm really, really proud to be a part of. And it definitely got hard by the end, but just pushed through, you know.
Also included in the hat was a half marathon and a 5K run. Now, right now, you can secure your spot for the Ocean City Air Show. Tickets are on sale for the August 24th through 25th event. Some highlights are an Italian jet team and an F-22 Raptor demo. Let's bring back First Alert meteorologist Alex Seymour. And Alex, with the sun, eclipse or no eclipse, it appears today will be a great one to be outdoors.
Yeah, today's certainly going to be a fantastic day to be outdoors, especially this afternoon when that eclipse is ongoing, because we're going to be seeing some pretty warm temps and plenty of sunshine. This morning, though, it is on the chilly side. You do want to grab a jacket as you're heading out the door with those temps down into the 30s and 40s. Skies are clear, though, so that's the good news, and they're going to remain mainly clear throughout the daytime hours ahead. Our hiking forecast for today. If you have the day off, it's a good day to get outside. Maybe go for a walk through some of our state parks. Take a look at this. Temperatures climbing well into the 60s, mid to upper 60s this afternoon under those partly to mostly sunny skies.
The break on Coast TV News today, possible action regarding the wetland buffers in Lewis. We'll tell you what recommendations the city is set to discuss later today. Also, progress in the bridge collapse in Baltimore, the steps being taken right now that could lead to fully reopening the port next month. And the big eclipse, we've been talking about it all morning. We'll tell you about its path to totality and the preparations taking place right now. Coast TV News today, we'll be right back.
Avoid the nightmare of mold. Did you know, after a water-related event, mold can begin to grow within 48 hours? If this happens in your home or business, first, thoroughly clean and dry the affected area, then increase airflow and decrease relative humidity. Or just call Riptide Restoration, your trusted mold remediation experts on Delmarva, to professionally treat and remove the mold and restore your home as if it never happened.
For more information, visit delmarvaexperts.com.
Get ready for 4 days of fun in the sun at SpringFest. Enjoy amazing food, live entertainment, unique artisan products, and more. With over 200 artists and vendors, local food, and enhanced selections of beer and wine, don't miss this free event located at the Ocean City Inlet from May 2nd through the 5th. SpringFest features 2 stages and more than 30 live performances, including headliners, The Olivia Show, a tribute to Olivia Newton-John, country music sensation Lauren Elena, and alternative rock band Everclear. Don't miss out. Get all the details at ococean.com/SpringFest.
I'm a public school teacher. I know lots of people said, I can do that. Come and try it for a day.
A lot of our challenges are funding.
Teachers often go in their own pocket to make sure students have backpacks, pencils. David Trone that's pushed for more public school funding and public school teachers.
And it's so great to have someone at the national level that's going to be on our side.
David Trone's always supported teachers. Now Maryland teachers have overwhelmingly endorsed David.
David would definitely get an A+.
I'm David Trone, and I approve this message.
On Wednesday, May 15th, vote for your favorite chef at the 10th anniversary celebration, Top Chef of the Culinary Coast event to benefit Meals on Wheels Lewis Rehoboth. The fun begins at 6 p.m. at Ivy and Dewey Beach, when you'll enjoy live music and feast on the area's best culinary creations and local spirits. Get your tickets online at mealsonwheelslr.org or call Meals on Wheels at 302-645-7449.
Now on Coast TV News.
We're seeing a pretty chilly start to the day here along the coast. I have your forecast to help you get out the door. Coming up in just a moment.
Eclipse excitement. We are now hours away from this rare solar eclipse occurrence. The viewing expected on Delmarva and across the nation. Key Bridge cleanup, a big step underway, and how this plays into Governor Westmore's timeline to fully reopen the Port of Baltimore. Rehoboth Beach parking plans, we look at some of the areas expected to receive attention by city officials. April 8th, 2024. Good morning, everybody. I'm Matt Pensick. Paige Marley is off this Monday morning. We're approaching 5:29, and well, perhaps you're a bit tired if you stayed up to watch WrestleMania last night, or maybe you made the trip to Philadelphia to watch in person, but still need to get up this morning. In case you're wondering, I know some of you are, Cody Rhodes won the main event, defeating Roman Reigns. Well, never defeated is First Alert meteorologist Alex Seymour. He joins us now to help you prepare as you make your way out the door. Good morning, Alex.
Good morning. Well, we've got some fantastic weather on the way for today. The big day with the solar eclipse happening this afternoon. Not a total solar eclipse here in Delmarva, a partial solar eclipse, but still 85 to 90% of the sun is going to be eclipsed. It's going to be a pretty spectacular sight. As long as you have that safe way to view it, make sure you have those solar eclipse glasses or at least some other way to safely view it. You can't look at it directly. It's still going to be bright enough, damaging enough to those eyes, just like the sun is any other day of the week. If you don't have those eclipse glasses, make sure you have them. Tenno's Casual Furniture Camera in Ocean City this morning. Temperature sitting right around 47 degrees. Pretty chilly start to the day with those temps down into the 30s and 40s. You want a light jacket this morning? Not this afternoon, though. Winds, I should say, rather light. Skies are completely clear, and they're going to remain mostly clear. As they pour out to a wider view, there are some clouds off to our north and west, widely scattered clouds. That's all we're going to be looking at today. For the most part, it's looking like a pretty beautiful day. Partly to mostly sunny skies this afternoon. Temperatures climbing up into the low to mid 60s in Fenwick Island, and pretty similar conditions in Lewis and Rehoboth Beach. Low to mid 60s. Great viewing for that solar eclipse. The peak 3:20 this afternoon.
Yeah, Alex, and we've been talking about it this morning. We talked about it for about a month now. The solar eclipse will cross our skies later this afternoon. Today is the day. And there's a viewing party at the Milford Public Library from 2 to 4 this afternoon. It's also suggested that our beaches are a good place to view this event. Elsewhere in the nation, in Terre Haute, Indiana, 25,000 to 50,000 visitors are expected. Boston is another area that's not really in the path of totality, but the moon is expected to cover about 90% of the sun at the height of the eclipse there. Whether the eclipse is being viewed in the path or not, experts are warning people not to stare directly at the sun without proper eye protection like we are showing you here. This brings us to our CoastTV poll. What excites you most about the eclipse? And again, most people weighing in on the visual spectacle of it all. If you haven't voted yet, you can still do so at coasttv.com or our mobile app. Today, we will have live coverage with NBC News of the eclipse. It begins at 2 p.m. Lester Holt will anchor the 2-hour special, Total Eclipse 2024, and it'll feature over a dozen reporters from all over the U.S. Moving on, a big step forward in the Key Bridge recovery efforts in Baltimore. Unified Command said on Sunday crews began to remove containers on board the Dolly. That's the ship that struck the bridge, caused a collapse that killed 6 people. Unified Command says removing the containers should take a few days, and once the Dolly is lighter, crews say it will be able to eventually be moved, helping clear the channel. Maryland Governor Wes Moore says fully reopening the channel leading to the Baltimore port by the end of May is realistic. New this morning, an update on the repairs expected at Trap Pond State Park. According to the park, spillway repairs are still needed and they're still on hold. Park says that last week's rain impacted the water levels at the park, and currently the park is about 2.5 feet below normal water levels. According to the park, there is not yet a start date for the repairs. Happening today, changes to the wetland buffer policy in Lewis could take a big step forward. Lewis's environmental subcommittee is in position to finalize the recommendations to City Council. Key items under review include expanding the current wetland ordinance beyond subdivisions in the city, a proposed buffer width for tidal wetlands of 80 to 100 feet and 50 feet for non-tidal, also allowing for walking trails to be built inside wetlands buffers. Any recommendations must get final approval from City Council. Lewis has been trying to add affordable housing in the city, specifically accessory dwelling units, or ADUs. And happening today, the city will discuss draft legislation regarding tiny homes and will debate how many times tiny homes can be built in the city, how much they can cost rent-wise. Officials will also be talking about how the homes would fit into Lewis, both size and design-wise. This is happening today at 2 p.m. There's an update on plans to improve parking in Rehoboth Beach. Today, the engineering firm, the Rossi Group, will outline what they've learned from their traffic and transportation study. The study is looking to address traffic safety, congestion, and parking issues. More of the midterm and long-term goals will be presented, including a biking and safety campaign, road signage, digital parking permit system, and even a feasibility study for a parking garage. Now taking a live look at our nation's capital, Washington, D.C., pretty calm now. However, it was not the case over the weekend. This is all related to the Israel-Hamas war, marking a tragic 6-month milestone. In Washington, D.C., hundreds gathered at the Lincoln Memorial demanding the release of hostages that are still being held by Hamas. The march to free the hostages began at the Washington Monument and culminated with a rally, many participants waving flags and chanting, "Bring them home." The attack on October 7th set off a war whose ripples are being felt around the world. 6 months into the war, the Israeli military says it has reduced the number of ground troops in one of southern Gaza's cities. signaling a potential shift in Israel's military strategy. The announcement comes after the killing of 7 World Central Kitchen workers and mounting pressure for a ceasefire and hostage deal. NBC's Drew Petrimo has what this means for the future of the war.
With the Israeli military pulling troops out of the southern Gaza region of Khan Yunis, major questions remain about the future of the war. Many experts say it could be a turning point as Israel ramps down the intensity and focuses on more targeted attacks. U.S. officials caution Israel about its threat to invade Rafah, also in southern Gaza, where 1 million Palestinians are being sheltered.
We have been very clear with the Prime Minister and his team that we don't support a ground operation in Rafah, that there are other ways, other options that they need to look at for how they're going to go after the Hamas threat that still is in Rafah.
Calls for a ceasefire intensified after the Israeli military says it mistakenly attacked a vehicle from the aid group World Central Kitchen, killing 7 workers. 2 officers were fired, but the founder of the organization says it's not enough.
Is way too many cases now of humanitarians dying. Many civilians, women, children, that the only thing they did was trying to get close by to somewhere that they were giving them flour or bread.
On Capitol Hill, mounting criticism of Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and his handling of the war.
I was glad to see the president, at least as reported out, finally say to President Netanyahu that if you don't follow these, my requests, that there will be consequences.
CIA Director Bill Burns is in the Middle East, pushing for the release of hostages still being held by Hamas.
I can't imagine it. 6 months in, and every day feels like I'm waking up on October 7th with the same questions.
Freeing the hostages is seen as a crucial aspect of any potential ceasefire deal. Drew Petrimo, NBC News, Washington.
Family members of hostages being held by Hamas in Gaza are expected at the White House today for a meeting with top administration officials. The visit comes amid large protests in Israel by people who say not enough is being done to secure the release of more than 100 people still being held by Hamas. Still got a lot more news to get to. Don't go anywhere. Coming up, Southwest shock. This wing damage on a Southwest plane caused it to reroute. We'll tell you what caused this scary scene during takeoff. Also, Carolina Championship. It is the Gamecocks, not Iowa, who wins the women's title. And we will hear from the controversial head coach and Iowa's all-everything, Caitlin Clark. And Biden due back at the beach. We'll tell you when the president is expected to touch down in Delaware again. Stay with us on CoastTV News today.
At JD Asphalt, your driveway is our reputation. So we bring an experienced crew and state-of-the-art equipment out to every job site to ensure we deliver fast, premium results that's built to last.
JD Asphalt, built on family values
that have and will last as long as our asphalt. Paving a path to your satisfaction. Call now and ask about our 0% financing options available for up to 18 months. JD Asphalt, a family company for over 50 years.
At Coast Country, we're more than just music. We're a part of Delmarva's heart. Every month, Coast Country Cares, together with Spicer Brothers, steps up to serve our community. We're here helping local organizations and supporting our neighbors all year round. Join us in making a difference. Stay tuned to learn where we'll be next or visit coastcountry.com to see how you can be a part of our mission. Coast Country Cares, sponsored by Spicer Brothers, because we're Delmarva proud.
Surface Solutions is rolling across Delmarva, providing the best asphalt and concrete installation for your home or business. Our professional team is transforming the asphalt industry with an impeccable reputation for quality. We guarantee a timely response, unparalleled customer service, and a detailed free estimate in days, not weeks. Call the exterior surface specialists at Surface Solutions and ask about our special financing rates as low as 0%.
Call the professionals at Surface Solutions and discover the difference.
Discover the lodges of coastal Delaware, featuring 2 exceptional communities with one goal: life your way. The life at the Lodge at Truett Homestead is like being on vacation every day, featuring worry-free independent living and unparalleled amenities with the convenience of a monthly rental community. Moving right down the road, experience refreshing coastal living at the Lodge at Historic Lewis, offering independent living, assisted living, and our Compass Memory Care program. Engage in vibrant activities, build lasting connections, and savor each moment. Visit our website or call today to learn how to make the Lodge lifestyle yours.
Good morning, Delmarva. Well, we're seeing a pretty chilly start to the day, but at least our skies are clear, and that's going to lead to a pretty nice viewing conditions for our solar eclipse later on this afternoon. Peak right around 3:20 this afternoon. Right now, sky is completely clear on our satellite radar picture. As we pull out to our wider view, just a few widely scattered showers off to our north and west. The rain, we don't have to be concerned with it. Just a few widely scattered clouds. That's what we're going to see later on this afternoon. For the most part, though, the day looks fantastic. Our fishing forecast for today, partly to mostly sunny skies all day long. Take a look at these temps this afternoon, climbing up into the mid to upper 60s. Get outside and enjoy.
Police are investigating after a scary break-in in Laurel. Police say this happened around 12:30 a.m. Saturday. According to Delaware State Police, 5 men broke into a Sharptown Road home. That's where 2 teenagers were home. They ransacked the place and then ran away. The men were described as having weapons. No one was hurt. A series of bomb threats against Planet Fitness caused concern Saturday night. Police say they were directed at the Milford and West Ocean City locations and others in the area. It caused evacuations of the facilities and surrounding businesses. Police in both Maryland and Delaware say the threat was deemed unsubstantiated and no one was in danger. Win or lose on Sunday, the college career for Iowa's Caitlin Clark would women's basketball championship game. The all-everything senior who has captivated the nation has averaged over 30 points a game in this year's tournament, but it was South Carolina winning the championship, defeating the Hawkeyes 87-75. Caps a perfect season for the Gamecocks, who won all 38 games they played. Clark had a game-high 30 points in a losing effort for the Hawkeyes.
Just don't want to not utilize this opportunity to thank Caitlin for what she's done for women's basketball. Like, her shoulders were heavy and getting a lot of eyeballs on our game. And sometimes as a young person, it could be a bit much, but I thought she handled it with class.
When you're given an opportunity, women's sports just kind of thrives. And I think that's been the coolest part for me on this journey is just, you know, we start our season playing in front of 55,000 people in Kinnick Stadium. And now we're ending it probably playing in front of 15 million people or more on TV.
Happening tonight, the men's final as defending champion Connecticut will face Purdue. The Huskies are attempting to become the first back-to-back champs in 17 years. That's when Florida accomplished the feat. For Purdue, they are seeking their first title in program history. It's only the second time ever the Boilermakers have made it to the championship game. The only other time was in 1969 when they lost to UCLA. Tip-off tonight, just before 9:30. It was a big Sunday for Rehoboth Beach's Zach Geloff. First inning against the Tigers, Geloff shoots it down the line. RBI triple for the pride of Cape Henlopen High School. And then the next inning, 2 on, 2 out. High heat, no problem here. 3-run Jack City. It's Geloff's first home run of the season. He went 4 for 5 on the day in a win over the Tigers. Geloff had 4 RBI. He just needed a double to hit for the cycle. Beyonce has made history with her new country album. David Daniel has that and more in today's Hollywood Minute.
16 carriages driving away.
Cowboy Carter has debuted #1 on the Billboard 200 album chart, with the biggest sales week of any album so far this year. It's Beyonce's 8th album to top the chart, and she's the first black woman ever to debut #1 on Billboard's top country albums chart.
I have to take this case. He's got a gun. A gun! We have got to get the women to safety.
Okay, this is exactly what I'm talking about.
This is what she's
saying.
Look over here. I will look at it.
Do you even know what it is I do?
The first full trailer is out for Pool Man. Chris Pine makes his directorial debut and leads an ensemble cast including Danny DeVito, Annette Bening, Wanda DeWise, and Jennifer Jason Leigh. Pool Man swims into theaters May 10th. More honors for Poor Things. Emma Stone and Mark Ruffalo won Best Actress and Actor in a Science Fiction or Fantasy Movie at the 4th Annual Critics' Choice Super Awards. 3 other films also picked up 2 prizes. Tom Cruise and Rebecca Ferguson from Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning were named Best Actor and Actress in an Action Movie. Talk to Me won Best Horror Movie, and its star, Sophie Wilde, received Best Actress in a Horror Movie. And Godzilla -1 took Best Science Fiction or Fantasy Movie, and Godzilla himself was named Best Overall Movie Villain. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
A very warm week on the way to the coast. I'll let you know just how warm it could get coming up just after the break.
Today at 4 on Coast Life, discover how toxins in our environment may be making you sick and how you can help detoxify your body. Then, small changes, big impacts. Learn strategies and recipes for a healthier lifestyle. Coast Life today at 4 on Coast TV.
Mark your calendars for Runway, a formal style fashion show, Sunday, April 21st at the Rehoboth Beach Convention Center. Prepare to be dazzled by stunning looks from Rehoboth's finest boutiques, live music and entertainment, plus champagne and hors d'oeuvres. Tickets are $50 and are available now. Treat yourself to a fun and stylish evening you won't soon forget. For more information, visit Rehoboth Beach Main Street's Facebook page.
Are you experiencing the weight of family legal concerns? Do you need representation for a divorce or a matter involving your children? Do you need protection from abuse, or has a protection from abuse matter been filed against you? I'm Asim Gulab with the Law Offices of Tunnel and Razor. I will help you navigate the stress and challenges of divorce, child custody, and protection from abuse. Let me be your voice in this uncertain time. Your problem is my problem now.
Wow! It looks great in here! Hey, Mark! I'm here to help, buddy! Sounds good! We're a little short-staffed. No problem! I brought my crew! Well, why not? Let's get started! Everybody needs a hot tub. Yeah! Who doesn't need a pool toy? Hey, put it back! So what you got here? It's a Finley O sauna for all your aches and pains. Yeah! So come see us at our new showroom, Pools and Spas Unlimited of Milford. Why not?
Have fun and enjoy Delmarva's Coast with Petey the Peacock, sharing joy coast wine. Know where he's going to be next and get his free coloring book at peteythepeacock.com. Sponsored by Tidal Health.
The time is 5:46, and here is a live look at Salisbury. We have a calm start to our Monday. The lights of Salisbury on this Monday morning so far, Alex.
Certainly a pretty calm start to the day, and overall we've got a beautiful day on the way. Beautiful week overall on the way. It is starting out chilly though this morning as we take a live look out on our Bay Health Kent campus camera in Dover. Starting to get that nice glow there on the horizon as the sun is just about to rise. Temperature is sitting right around 40 degrees in Dover this morning. So chilly start, but it is going to be turning much warmer. We're going to be climbing up into the 70s this week. Also going to be dealing with a bit of coastal flooding. We've been dealing with minor coastal flooding during times of high tide yesterday and again this morning. Due to the new moon and a slight onshore wind, that coastal flooding going to continue likely through Wednesday here along the coast. So keep that in mind. You may run into a few flooded roadways. Solar eclipse also this afternoon, the peak at 3:20. Right now, we're expecting mostly sunny skies, so it should be some pretty good viewing. Just make sure you have those solar eclipse glasses or make sure you have some other way to view it without looking directly at the sun. Otherwise, you're going to cause significant damage to your eyes. So make sure you have those eclipse glasses on. Temperatures out the door this morning, well, they're in the 30s and 40s. You want to bundle up this morning, but we are going to be climbing up well into the 60s this afternoon. It's going to be a beautiful afternoon. Winds rather light. Skies clear right now, but as we pull out to a wider view, there are some clouds off to our north and west. They are going to be moving into the area, but for the most part, we should just still be looking at widely scattered clouds this afternoon. The rain that you're seeing in the Ohio Valley, not going to be concerned here along the coast. So there we go on our in-house futurecast. 2 o'clock this afternoon. This whole process of the solar eclipse is going to be about 2 to 2.5 hours long. Starts around 2 o'clock. That's when you start to see the first phase of the moon starting to override the sun. Temperatures 50s and 60s, plenty of sunshine. 3:20 is the peak, so this is 10 minutes after that peak. Mainly sunny skies, temperatures well into the 60s. Going to be gorgeous. You want to get outside and enjoy this beautiful eclipse. The next eclipse here on Delmarva that's going to be anything close to what we see today, not going to be until 2045. Eclipse ends right around 4:30 this afternoon. We are going to be seeing some clouds, maybe an extra shower during the overnight hours. Most of us stay dry. Temperatures tomorrow morning, much warmer than this morning, starting out in the low 50s, climbing up into the mid to upper 70s as we head towards Tuesday afternoon. So we've got some very warm temperatures on the way for Tuesday and really all week long. Take a look at that, 70s Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We fall into the 60s Friday and Saturday. That's because we're going to see a cold front slide through the area, bring some showers and storms, but also a brief cool down. But that's relatively speaking. We're still talking about temps above average. UV index the next 5 days. That is sponsored by Ocean City. We're looking at a UV index of 6 Monday, Tuesday, and Friday. That is a high UV index, so it doesn't take that long to burn, so keep that in mind. UV index of a 5 on Wednesday and Thursday. Our Paul Davis Restoration and Home Remodeling 7-day forecast. Plenty of sunshine today with those temps near 68 degrees. 78 on Tuesday. Rain showers possible early Wednesday morning. Most of the day on Wednesday going to be dry. Thunderstorms Thursday. That's with that cold front passing through. And then temps in the 60s Friday and Saturday. With that rain on the way later on this week, going to need that umbrella giveaway winner this morning, Brian Shepard from Seaford, Delaware. Congratulations.
All right, thank you, Alex. We got some shocking footage here. The Federal Aviation Administration launching an investigation after the engine cowling of a Southwest Airlines plane fell off during takeoff on Sunday. The engine cowling, that is the protective cover over the plane's engine, fell off during takeoff in Denver, and it struck the wing flap. This is the second incident in recent days involving a reported malfunctioning of equipment on a Southwest Airlines flight. Another spring, another successful roundup. Here are some pictures from the Chicoutimi Volunteer Fire Company. Twice a year, aside from the famous pony swim, saltwater cowboys round up the ponies for shots, deworming, and any other necessary health checks. President Biden heading back to the beach this upcoming weekend. According to the White House travel schedule, the president will be at his beach home from Friday until Sunday. In the past, the Bidens have kept a low profile in Sussex County, save a few visits to Egg, Cape Henlopen State Park, and to church. Up next on Coast TV News Today, Breakthrough Blink Restoration will show you how a new procedure is helping people to save their eyesight.
Well, spring temps will return to the coast this week. I'll have another check on your first look weather forecast coming up just after the break.
Do you want longer-lasting appliances? No more water spots, scaling, or stains. Softer and brighter laundry? Start by refining your water with Shore Water Refining.
For over 50 years, we've been creating bottle-quality water right from your faucet. One of the best things you can do for your health is to drink pure, clean water. So call today for a free water test, a free system design, and mention this ad for 10% off a whole house system.
Affordable refined water, guaranteed. Only from Shore Water Refining.
Join a global team of dreamers, doers, and inventors at one of the largest biotech manufacturing companies in the world, right here in Millsboro, Delaware. At Merck, we use the power of leading-edge science to save and improve lives. Whether you have a diploma, degree, or in between, positions are available from entry-level through management. Competitive pay, health insurance, tuition reimbursement, 401k, pension plan, and annual bonuses. Join Merck and be a part of a bigger story. Apply online today.
Your roof is the first line of defense against the elements, but is ready for the next storm? If it's time for a new roof, call Hershey Exteriors. As a GAF Master Elite contractor, we offer the industry's best warranty. Our roofs come with a Golden Pledge 50-year warranty on materials and a 25-year workmanship warranty that is backed by GAF. Call Hershey Exteriors, your trusted roofing pros, and get 0% financing for 12 months because life is sweeter with Hershey Exteriors.
If you're experiencing ringing, humming, or buzzing in your ear, you may have tinnitus.
Tinnitus is a condition that can make it hard to understand speech, relax, or sleep.
If you have any of these symptoms, the first step is getting your hearing tested. The audiologist will be able to diagnose your problem and prescribe you devices that can alleviate your symptoms.
Hearing aids like Signius even offer tinnitus programs that can offset tinnitus noises.
To learn more information about Mast Audiology, visit delmarvaexperts.com.
At East Coast Campers and More, we believe that having a camper is about enjoying the adventure, time with the family, and your escape to nature. From the buying journey to seamless setup, we've got you covered, walking you through every step, making sure you're spending the most time enjoying what's out there. If you need us after setting up, our mobile RV medics will come to you providing the highest quality of services and repairs. Come start your adventure in Frankfort, Delaware at East Coast Campers and More.
Something we all do and never even realize we're doing it, blinking. But up to 10,000 people a year lose their ability to blink, and that can cause serious problems, even causing people to go blind. And now, as Marty Salt shows us, a new technique is saving sight, even reversing vision loss.
Most people blink 17 times a minute, over 1,000 blinks every hour. That adds up to 15,000 blinks a day. but some people can lose their ability to blink.
NK stands for neurotrophic keratopathy or neurotrophic keratitis, and it describes a condition in which the nerves that provide sensation to the surface of the eye, and specifically the cornea, are damaged in some way and not working properly.
NK often happens after an infection or trauma to the head or neck. Brain and skull-based tumors are also common causes of NK. Failing to blink can damage the cornea, causing cloudy and blurry vision. Typical treatment includes eye drops and surgery to permanently close a portion of the eye to protect it.
All of those are supportive, and none of them really get at the underlying problem, which is the nerve damage itself.
Now, a team of surgeons at UNC hospitals are performing corneal neurotization. During the surgery, healthy nerve is taken from the lower leg and used to reconnect the healthy nerve just beneath the eyebrow to the damaged cornea.
Those nerves actually grow back into the damaged cornea and replace the nerves that are no longer functioning.
And in some cases, even restoring lost vision. I'm Marty Salt reporting.
And it takes patients up to 6 months to notice improved vision and sensation. The healing process is slow, but it can be life-changing. Right now it is 5:55 on this Monday morning. Time to check in with our Coastal Pet of the Day. And today's Coastal Pet of the Day is ready for that solar eclipse. Look at Benny here. Benny's a regular in this feature, and he can't wait to see the event shine bright this afternoon. Benny was sent in to us, as always, by Tammy and Seaford, and we want to see more of your pets on Delmarva. You can send us photos. Tell us what makes them so special. You can scan that QR code at the top of your screen. That way, you can submit your furry friends to Coast TV News and then watch weekdays from 5 to 7 a.m. to see all of the pets we feature. 5:56 now on the Monday morning, and what is shaping up to be a great weather Monday. Alex has a quick look at your forecast before you head out the door.
Certainly looks like some fantastic weather on the way for today. Starting out on the chilly side, as we take a live look out on our Spicer Brothers construction camera at Salisbury University. Temperature sitting right around 37 degrees. We're going to be climbing up into the 60s later on this afternoon. If you want our forecast, be sure to call our Coast TV First Alert Weather Line 443-880-9100. Your forecast just a phone call away. Our 10-day forecast looking pretty fantastic. Mostly sunny skies today. Eclipse this afternoon. Great viewing conditions. 68 degrees this afternoon. 78 on Tuesday, 74 on Wednesday. Rain showers early on in the morning. Clears out pretty quickly. The afternoon hours will be dry. Thunderstorms possible Thursday afternoon and evening. That's going to be with a cold front that drops our temps down into the 60s for Friday and Saturday. But still, overall, gorgeous conditions with plenty of sunshine. The weekend up to 72 degrees again by Sunday. And then take a look at the start of next week. Mid to upper 70s Monday through Wednesday.
At that Tuesday, 78, Alex. All right. Well, coming up in our next hour, Eclipse Experience, some viewing options in our area as people all over America get ready for this rare event. That and more as we continue on Coast TV News today.
From empty nester to first home, Accessible Home Builders does it all.
It was great working with Scott at Accessible Builders. He called us every Monday and asked us to come over to the house at each step of the way during the construction of our home.
It was pretty unique working with Scott because not only is he the owner, but he was working in here hands-on with his employees and really just trying to make our vision come to life.
Design your dream home with Accessible Home Builders.
Solar is a legacy you will pass on to future generations. So choose a local company with the skills and expertise to do it right. Sunrise Solar is your complete solar energy solution, offering interactive systems for farming and industrial. The Sunrise team has the knowledge, training, and certifications necessary to build the best solar unit for your needs. With a 25-year panel production warranty. Call today about financing and low monthly payments. Sunrise Solar, powering your future.
Draper Media seeks a detail-oriented overnight operations technician. This crucial role involves monitoring and managing over-the-air and content, plus quality control. Successful candidates are proactive problem solvers with knowledge in broadcasting systems like Grass Valley Ignite and Sony ELC. This position requires night, early morning, and weekend shifts. Apply today at drapermediajobs.com. Draper Media is an equal opportunity employer.
taking you back to the decade of neon colors, big hair, and of course, great music. Join me, April, every morning at 8 a.m. on 107.1 The Duck as I play some of your favorite tunes from back in the day. It's April's Awesome 80s, sponsored by Easton Auto Care and Denton Auto Care and Tire.